Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. It's really cool connecting with everybody. Great to be doing this particular show today. It is amazing. My friend and colleague, Dr. Friedemann Schaub, is in the house. And so fasten your seatbelt for part 3, how to harness the powers of your consciousness, free will and choice. That's part 3 of a series that we've been doing, and I want to tell you, you're going to want to download all 3 of these shows that we've been doing on this. They're actually pretty incredible. So we get to talk with him about that today. Dr. Friedemann has been a regular on the show for a number of years now. I am so honored and grateful that he and I had our souls connect in this lifetime, so that I can feature some of the most profound and amazing work that he is doing. He's the founder of Cellular Wisdom, a personal breakthrough and empowerment program. He's been helping people all over the world with his empowerment program that combines NLP, energy psychology, medical hypnotherapy, timeline therapy, and beyond all of that, he knows how to help people move beyond anxiety, depression, PTSD, chronic pain, and just about anything else that ails you. Today, he's going to be joined on the show by one of our Holistic Makeover winners. Danny will be jumping in here. And, well, I should say Danielle. We know her as Danny, but Danielle Franco will be joining us. You'll hear about her story. You'll hear about what her life's path has led her to do, and how Dr. Friedemann has helped her open up the door. What I want to say to everyone out there right now is you all have been asking for more information about the upcoming event that's going to be in Seattle on September 9th, 10th, and 11th. And so it is unfolding as we speak. You know, this is a monumental event, a weekend that will change the game. And we are partnering with the folks at One the Event and One the Gathering. We'll be doing a weekend of live broadcasts. We'll be doing a weekend of webinars. There'll be speakers, and it will be the most incredible event leading up to 9/11. One the Gathering, which is unprecedented. We're expecting tens of thousands of people to participate and show up in the hub, Seattle. We're expecting over 3 million people that will show up and be part of what we're all about on the internet and beyond. And so that's what this is all about. So I want to just mention that to you, and I want to welcome Dr. Friedemann to the show. This is a great topic, Dr. Friedemann. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
So let's talk about this idea, today's show, part 3. Why don't you give people a backdrop for what part 1 and part 2 were all about, and what this stands for, part 3?
Well, we are talking about the powers of our consciousness, and when I say consciousness, I mean the conscious mind, which is our intellect, our subconscious mind, and also our higher consciousness. And so we have been starting to look at what are our innate powers to really utilize all those aspects of our consciousness to maneuver through our life, being on this life journey. The first power is the power of perspective. And so when you imagine you are on your life's journey, this power of perspective gives you the map. It lets you be on a mountain and really see the bigger picture, and gives you information on where are you and who are you. The second power is the openness, the flexibility, which allows you on this map to look at different options. It allows you to figure out, okay, what can I choose from? What are the pathways? What are those journeys I can take? And today we're going to talk about, I believe, most important, most powerful, but at the same time also for many most challenging power, which is the power to make a choice, the free will, the ability to actually make a choice and not only sit on the mountain and look down or sit on the fence. And no matter how great the view is from there, it only leads to stagnation. So how can we move forward and use the powers of our consciousness to make a choice?
So, let's talk about this for a minute, Dr. Friedemann. I mean, why is it you believe this is one of the most critical aspects of, our sort of spiritual evolution or our transformation or so forth? I mean, what is it about free will that causes us the most challenges in our lives? I'll tell you, for me, I can tell you how I've been stuck around this at different points in time. But, for you to kind of call this one out and say, wow, this is like the most important, tell me a little bit about how mastering this will help us to create the lives we desire.
Well, I see this when I work with clients that basically have been stuck and inundated in the same problem over and over again, that they often are at a place where, on the one hand, they want to move forward, but they are not able to make that choice to be healthy, the choice to believe in themselves, the choice to have confidence. And the question is always, why not? And the reason is not necessarily that they wouldn't have intellectual reasons to feel that they can do more. It's more that there is something internally holding them back. And when we make a choice, we put a stake into the ground. When we make a choice, we are basically telling the world something about ourselves. The choice-making leads from the internal, which is, when you're flexible, when you're just gaining perspective. That's an internal process. The choice-making is expressing yourself. And that, for many people, is simply scary, because in that moment you make a choice, you also are asked to take responsibility. You can no longer hide behind, well, I'm just a victim of circumstances, or blame others. The moment you make a choice, you basically also have to stand up for that. And you have to say, well, I'm taking this choice because this is who I am. And I think early on in life we are told that we are supposed to meet expectations, fit in, and we are told who we are supposed to be, rather than really making a choice to say, this is who I am. And taking this ownership is, I think, very, very powerful. And, we can start with small steps. But at the end, it is also something which defines you more as who you are and shows more the world who you are. And many people just have a fear of visibility, a fear of rejection, a fear of making a mistake. And these are all the things that prevent us from making choices and applying this innate birthright of the free will.
One of the things that we're going to talk about today, and certainly it is the conversation we're going to have with Danny. But here's kind of the trick in the conversation. I was reading a book last night, and I love to sometimes look at things that I've not heard about before, or just kind of take a look at what some of these people that began writing about this in the 1890s and even before talk about. And I was picking up a book by Emma Curtis Hopkins, and one of the things I read was what she calls the unalterable truth. Mm-hmm. I mean, isn't that like the most powerful term you've heard? Mm-hmm. The unalterable truth. Mm-hmm. And I was really struck by what you and I were going to talk about today, because sometimes we make choices in our lives that aren't necessarily based on the unalterable truth. How do we get through the web of of what our mind does to us to have us believe one thing or another?
Well, I think we have to, see our mind as a guide and not something that holds us back, but we have to utilize our mind to help us to find choices that are in alignment with that truth. And this is where working with a higher consciousness comes in. The way the consciousness works is we have on the one hand the intellect, the conscious mind, who is analyzing the data and is looking at the facts and trying to figure out the reality of things. Unfortunately, there are two things that are problematic with the intellect. On the one hand, it's completely limited in its ability, and on the other hand, it's completely overrated in its use. And so we are putting so much into the intellect that we are ignoring the other parts of our consciousness. And so there is a middle part, which is the subconscious, which we often avoid because that's the feeling part. And we are feeling, well, you cannot make decisions out of instincts, out of gut feelings, and I will talk more about this, that's actually a misconception. And then there is the higher consciousness, which is connected to our truth. Now, the subconscious is the intercessor between both. It's almost like, that's the faithful servant that's listening in to the intellect, that's listening in to the higher consciousness. And so we have to make a decision, or the subconscious has to make a decision, who is now the one who's calling the shots, or can I merge information from both sides together to really make the right decision? And that's why the subconscious is such a powerful and amazing tool to access and work with.
All right, we're going to talk about this when we come back. Dr. Friedemann Schaub is in the house. Who is running your ship? Is it the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, or is it somebody else's mind? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Going under the knife for spinal surgery should be your last resort. Get a copy of this free special report, What Your Doctor Doesn't Want You to Know About Back Surgery. Get the report online at wellness1.net or call them toll-free at 866-499-7509. Read the report. It will take about 8 minutes in order to make a better informed decision about your back pain. Visit wellness1.net or call 866-499-7509.
If you've gone through a separation and feel disappointment, despair, loss of identity, and fear, there is a new pathway to joy for you. SoulWorks Coaching empowers you to go through this separation with soul and hope. So get ready to step into a new relationship with yourself and build a fabulous new life. Contact Monique today at 617-328-7113. That's 617-328-7113. And visit soulworkscoaching.com. Give yourself this gift of love today.
Tired of not losing the weight? You need a healthy solution for weight loss that protects your muscle mass as the fat burns away naturally. Holistic Medical Center has the healthy option for your weight loss concerns. Lose 1 to 3 pounds per day in 21 days, naturally, under our physician supervision. Call Holistic Medical Center 425-451-0404. or on the web, drdarvish.com, drdarvish.com.
Are you feeling stuck? Do you want to be free from fears and doubts and finally feel good about yourself, but you just don't know how to get there? Dr. Schaub's Accelerated Breakthrough Program provides you with the tools and solutions to go beyond your limitations and achieve self-empowered confidence. Call for your free phone consultation at 866-903-MIND. Visit cellularwisdom.com. That's cellularwisdom.com.
Have you asked your dentist about periodontal disease? 3 out of 4 adults in Seattle unknowingly suffer from this painless but progressive infection caused by bacterial plaque. If not carefully treated, these bacteria can infect your gums, deteriorating the tissue and causing tooth loss. At Pacific Northwest Periodontics and Implant Dentistry, we offer a different kind of patient experience, providing the highest level of perio care within a relaxing environment. After a thorough examination, our doctors will take the time to understand your needs, address your concerns, and review a variety of treatment options with you. Our goal is to work with you to ensure the integrity of your dental health. Don't allow periodontal disease to take your teeth. Call Pacific Northwest Periodontics at 206-575-1086 to schedule an appointment. Or to learn more about periodontics, visit us online at pnwperio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. And we're like really great. It's great to have everybody here today. We have Dr. Friedemann Schaub in the house. We're going to be joined in a few minutes by Danielle Franca. We're going to talk about what her journey was like. Right now, we're having this duel, so to speak. And I actually consider it a duel, Dr. Friedemann, because actually that's been the experience of my life. You know, this conscious and subconscious mind. And I wanted to really pick up where we left off about, you know, who is really running the ship? Mm-hmm. Is it really our conscious mind? Is it our subconscious mind? Is it somebody else's mind? Or is it none of the above, so to speak?
Well, ideally, you know, who is running the ship is that who is actually incorporating all three of the minds and is choosing from that center place to be able to listen to the conscious mind, listen to the subconscious mind, get the information from the higher consciousness, because that's what we can do. We can actually be at this center place. We can be the intercessor, and we can be the one who is, you know, saying, okay, here's the strength of the conscious mind. This is where the conscious mind is good at, and I need to listen to the conscious mind. And so, you know, let's say, for example, there is a simple choice that you need to make, and what really helps with the conscious mind is, you know, we all know that the pros and cons list. You know, you make just a list and say, okay, here are the pros of, you know, let's say, should I change my career? Here are the cons. And if you want to, which is a really added on, I think, process, which I enjoy, is the third level, which is this interesting? You know, what is kind of, when I ask myself the question, what is interesting about this choice, then you can actually realize, okay, there is more. There is just you know, maybe another layer which actually already brings in the subconscious mind. Now, another process which I find is really interesting for using conscious choices is the asking of the why. So let's say, for example, why should I change my career? And you would say, well, because I want to have a more secure job. Why? Because I need to provide for my family. Why? Because I care about them. Why? Because I love them. And why? Because they make me happy. So you're reaching now, after just 5 whys, a level of happiness. And that is basically where you are then asking yourself, okay, now the career may be just from, you know, on paper look great, but what about the truth, which is I'm here to have also an increased happiness in my life? Does that job really provide me? So you just come to a different level of importance of analyzing what really is data that you need to make this decision, and move from the outwards focus to an inward focus. So the 5 whys, I use them all the time, and I think it's something that really helps you just to get to the core of things. Also, when you have general questions that you cannot really figure out the answers, just using this process and going to the deeper and deeper place, you can really find quite amazing answers. And the whys build the bridge already to the subconscious mind, and also then to the higher consciousness.
So let's talk about something that is between two peoples, because this is so fascinating, Dr. Friedemann. Every time that you and I get on air and we pick a topic like this, I've usually just had a conversation with someone about something related. So how would one use this on issues that aren't so black and white, for example, about like a job? Let's talk about commitment. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the idea of commitment, the word commitment, whether it be in relationship with a, no, let's make it simple. Let's talk about commitment between two people in relationship, because commitment is broader than that. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a commitment to yourself, there's a commitment to losing weight, there's all of that. But let's get down to some of the juicy stuff right here.
Yes. And you know, that's the juicy stuff that you cannot analyze. There is actually a study that was published in the, in Science, which is, I think, the most renowned just research journal in the world. And what they found was that complex decisions are much better made if they're made more from this, gut feeling rather than from the deliberation and analysis. It says the deliberation without attention effect. And what that means is that what they found is that when you have a complex decision to make, and again, they use the example of buying a house or buying a car or making a big purchase, you are much better off, and they showed this with the satisfaction of the people who did the purchase, if you didn't really take too much data into consideration, but really more spontaneously came from your heart or from your gut feeling, than if you analyzed it. Small decisions like, what towel color to choose or what oven mitts to choose from, they can be easily analyzed. So that's something where you make better choices when you think about it because there is fewer data. But all this juicy stuff like commitment, like the relationships, they are certainly much, much better chosen by your subconscious, by those feelings of this just feels right or this feels wrong, than when you are really analyzing too much.
Well, this is, let's talk about this for a minute. So do the why questions work then to get at the conversation of, commitment? Why is it I cannot commit to any of the relationships I'm in?
Well, the why question...
And now, honestly, let me just be clear. That's not me. I want to tell you that's not me. I'm asking that general question because I'm one of these people. I get in 17-year relationships, 14-year relationships. So I don't really have an issue with commitment.
Uh-huh.
But I had this conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and I was trying to listen to the conversation, which was very, very intellectual, but I didn't relate to it very much because that's not my decision tree.
Right. Well, the why question is building the bridge to the feeling side, and the feeling side is that what the subconscious can provide you with. So let's say, you want to ask yourself, why should I commit to this person? And then you may really, go into, well, it's a solid person. Why is this important to me? That's basically what the question would be. Well,
that's
because
perfect.
I like to have stability, and why is this important to me? Because I need peace of mind. Why is this important to me? Because then I can really allow myself to, to grow and expand and be myself. Why is this important to me? Because that leads to greater fulfillment. So that then you go to the fulfillment level. So okay, fulfillment is really what's important to me, and then you can simply let that drop into your subconscious mind and say, okay, now does this person feel to me that there is, a prospect of greater fulfillment? Do I feel that I can be myself around this person? Does that feel right? So that's then the data, the only data that's really important for the subconscious just to analyze. But again, it's not analyzing on an intellectual level. It's analyzing with the heart. And that goes very quick. The subconscious operates about 1,000 times quicker than the conscious mind. So you can simply let that final why drop in, ask in relationship to that question, how does it feel like? Does it feel like that I will be able to get what I want, or does it feel like, no, there is resistance there? And you have already some very valuable information here.
I love this. This is so fun.
And it really works very well. Now, here's one thing, there's always a caveat, of course. The question is, can you trust your subconscious?
Well, that was my question to you about the unalterable truth.
Exactly.
Right, because we can trick ourselves.
Absolutely. Well, it's not that we're doing this deliberately, but the subconscious is definitely also, not this complete objective place, this objective judge who is capable of just always making the right decisions. The subconscious has also certain information it has been dealing with. So let's, for example, say commitment. And the subconscious has stored all the memories that showed you that you have been hurt in the past, or where your parents had a terrible marriage, and it just showed, that's a bad idea because that usually leads to pain and heartache. And maybe there is also we call it filter on the subconscious that says, well, you're actually not really good enough because people don't really want to commit to you. That, of course, alters the subconscious feeling around relationship and commitment because there's all this baggage. There's all this information that is, from the past, has nothing to do with this current relationship, but it definitely alters the way we make a choice on the subconscious level. So that's when we have to realize, okay, step back. I need to work on myself before I even ask the question, can I commit? Most people completely ignore this step because they are not realizing, well, I'm still basically affected and not completely free to make a choice with an unconscious mind that doesn't have all those filters and doesn't have all the burdens of the past. So when that's something that you feel like, okay, I'm just noticing this is my stuff, my baggage that's coming up, and I cannot make a decision around this important topic because of it, definitely do some work, give us a call, set up a session. It's something that really will make it much easier for you to see clear and make a much more empowered choice.
Let's give out your website and that phone number while we're at it so that people know how they can set up a session with you. Dr. Friedemann Schaub, everyone, go ahead and give out that information now.
Well, the easiest way is just to look at the website, cellularwisdom.com. It's in one word, cellularwisdom.com. There is a contact form you can just briefly fill out and ask for a free phone consultation. We can talk more about how the sessions work and how they can help you to find answers and to feel that, there is something that I have been not able to let go of, and how can I do this, and find your unalterable truth. You can also call us at 866-903-6463, 866-903-6463 to set up a free phone consultation.
All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about our higher consciousness as well as following the journey of an amazingly courageous woman. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you feeling stuck? Do you want to be free from fears and doubts and finally feel good about yourself, but you just don't know how to get there? Dr. Schaub's Accelerated Breakthrough Program provides you with the tools and solutions to go beyond your limitations and achieve self-empowered confidence. Call for your free phone consultation at 866-903-MIND. Visit cellularwisdom.com. That's cellularwisdom.com.
Hi, I'm Paul Bland. I want to tell you about my friend glutathione. Imagine each cell of your body as a room in a house that has a fire in the fireplace to provide heat and energy to optimize your body's functioning. Now imagine that fire getting out of control due to stress, illness, or toxins. This is when your friend glutathione is not produced fast enough to turn the heat down. I found something amazing that has transformed my health dramatically, and I've lost 20 pounds as a bonus. Action Way. Action Way is nature's perfect way of providing the 3 precursors to maintain high levels of glutathione in each cell of your body. Research has shown that Action Way has the purest ingredients to create glutathione naturally and effectively in your body to control that raging fire. Please call me at 866-831-4330 for more information on Action Way and visit seaandearth.com. That's SEA and Earth.com to find out how to get your raging fire under control.
Hey, have you heard about Foss Farms dressings? Foss Farms uses locally grown herbs and berries to create unique salad dressings that are a small slice of heaven. Unlike mass-produced salad dressings, they are made in small batches to protect the integrity of the unique tastes. Choose from raspberry, cranberry, blackberry, marionberry, and creamy herbal Provencal. All Foss Farms products are 100% vegan and are certified gluten-free and certified kosher. Go to FossFarmsInc.com.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Ronnie DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Ronnie DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Ronnie DeLuce at info@ronniedeluceonradio.com and visit mvholisticretreat.com. Dr. Ronnie DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Hi, Katya here from Urban Wellness, your local herb shop, with your herbal tip of the week. Elderberries, a truly useful herb for this time of year. These fruits are anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antiviral, immune-boosting, and protective to the body. Taken preventively, this herb can help ward off colds and flus, and is excellent taken as a syrup, either homemade or pre-bottled. Thanks for tuning in to my herbal tip of the week. Come see us at 103 Lake Street South in Kirkland, Washington, or online at urbanwellness.net.
I love that song. Do you know why I love that song, Benny? Does Benny know why I love that song? He has played, I wish I had a record of every song that Mr. Benny has picked for the show. Absolutely brilliant. Just an incredible, incredible choice of music, and so right on. I mean, Dr. Friedemann, aren't we really talking about this exactly the way that song kind of lays it out? I mean, are we coming to the table with open arms, or are we coming to the table with our arms just grasping at our chest, so closed, so tight, so scared? And, what is it about the conversation we're about to have with Danny that's going to help everyone choose how we come to the world and how we come to the table, so to speak?
Well, and I think that's something that's why the free will is a birthright. I believe free will is something that we come to the table of life with, and that's what we are expressing for the first few years in our life. I mean, we are allowed to have free will to stand up and fall down, to, explore the world in our own ways, to at some point even start to speak, form words. It takes tremendous choice and will to do that. And we're not analyzing, oh my God, I will never be able to, speak like these people around me that are, 10 times taller than me. We are just at some point deciding from our choice, I want to express myself and I want to say something. And that innate ability of choice and free will, I believe, is incredible, powerful, and it's something that we have to reclaim as adults because we have forgotten to use that ability that we have.
So Danny's joining us here today. And, we're going to have a conversation with Danny. Why don't you do a brief introduction of who Danny is for us? And then we will find out about her journey, free will, and much more.
Well, Danny came, through the makeover, and I was so thrilled to actually have the opportunity to work with her because I have been in email contact before. And she has been, just reading the newsletters and being always interested in the work, and so that we finally could work together was just a blessing. And I think Danny was really choosing to step it up and step into her power again. And so, hello, welcome to the show, Danny, and maybe you want to share with the listeners what your struggles were and why you wanted to have a makeover, what you felt you were really dealing with.
Oh, hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Dr. Friedemann. I'm so glad to be here. So, yes, my challenges was really, I had a lot of problems with self-love, self-confidence, and not being worthy. So the insecurity part, I feel, I'm not interesting enough for anybody. So that thing that we get stuck with. Mm-hmm. And so that was really challenging to move ahead. And then I you know what you said, Dr. Friedemann, that we got in contact. I just realized, like today, that I manifested, and I couldn't realize that before. You know, this type of thing, that I am powerful. I can manifest it what I want, and now that I'm more into my feelings, I can realize that. So that's a good feeling. Yeah, the before it was I've been struggling for so long, going ahead with my projects and everything, and that's been my struggle before. Yeah.
Well, and you were certainly a person who felt that the past still had a strong influence on you, you know, from your childhood when your father had left. I mean, there are all these situations where you felt, well, there's still baggage. There's still a weight that weighs me down. Because on paper, you have been incredibly powerful all along. You moved from Brazil to America. You basically established a new life. You're taking care of, your kids. And, you certainly were a person who could always call herself courageous and powerful, but it didn't feel like this. You felt the opposite.
Yeah.
And you realized that, and this is the powerful choice you made, you realized I have to change it, and you listen to this inner calling to obviously sign up for the opportunity with the makeover. You didn't know necessarily that you will get it or not, but you were just determined and chose, I want to make a difference in my life.
Yes, I mean, I always thankful for this side, because I always have this side of searching and going after. I always had. But that battle that you have with the subconscious part and the ego telling you, no, you're not good enough. Stop that. So it's all being a struggle, and then it's a constant battle. And so that's what I'm glad for the part that gave me strength to go and sign up for the holistic makeover. That's courageous.
Yeah.
And it's been a journey. I've been growing so much, and I'm very grateful. Yeah, that's what when I realized that I've been very courageous and I've been accepting things. Before people would say, "Oh, you're great," I would just joke and say, "Oh, no, I'm not."
Right.
Never accepting gifts or compliments because I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
And that was me, and it's been quite a journey when it was told about my past, and I had no idea that was really having big influence on me right now, and that was blocking me from thriving.
And what did you notice after you have resolved the baggage of the past? I mean, how would you say that has affected you?
Immensely. It's more like I'm in a process. I have my tools and I'm working on it, but I can clearly see the difference. When I wasn't realize how tangled I was with this self-talk. That was huge on me. And in the beginning of our the sessions, I had so much self-talking and things that was like putting me down all the time. And then came less and less and less, a point that I remember saying to you, Dr. Friedemann, a point that I would never get better. I would never get that was one of my self-talk. I would never get better, or never get healthy, or something like that.
Right.
And then I told you after a while that I can't believe I said that. I don't feel that at all, and constantly beating myself before, and now I'm giving. I'm really clear that I'm going towards loving myself, because I feel like taking care, the urge of taking care of myself and eating better and choose the choice, that choice that we have.
Yes.
I'm more empowered to use that.
But it's a daily choice that you're making, and the choice that you're making, do you feel it comes from a sense of this is right for me, or a sense of I have to fix me?
I think it's more like, the sense I'm having now, it's more like free of all the heavy stuff. Everything is more smooth, and I feel like if I can explain, it's hard for me to explain, but it's more light. Everything is lighter, and all the challenges that comes, and it's not all that drama that I used to drown.
Right.
It's more easy to make the choices, and I'm teaching that to my kids, and it's so good. It's been fun, and it's a lighter mood or process, if you will.
Well, and I think one of the most powerful changes that you have described for me was that before, you had looked at your life and you saw your life as examples of that, there is something wrong with you, you're not good enough. And then there was a time where you actually didn't have a place to live because you didn't have a new place yet, you had to move out of the old place, and that was a time where you already felt so good and light about yourself that you actually enjoyed that. You were going to restaurants to eat and you just, felt like gypsies, but you had a lightness around it and you didn't beat yourself up about it or felt like you were a failure. You actually embraced that choice, and that's really powerful.
Wow. Let's take a short break, everyone. When we come back, more with Dr. Friedemann. Conscious mind, subconscious mind, and now the higher consciousness. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the Dr. Pat Show.
Zeo 88 Zeolite, the natural and effective way to detox radiation, heavy metals, toxins, and pollutants from your body. High levels from Japan have reached the U.S. Remove these contaminants easily and safely by using Zeo 88 Zeolite pure powder form. Order now and receive a free month supply with every order. Call 888-402-6779. That's 888-402-6779. Or visit zeoking.com.
Are you taking too many oral pain pills and concerned about side effects? Are you having trouble getting to sleep because of the pain? Well, I'm Lou Paradise. I had the same problems you have. Cured my pain, eliminated pain pills and their side effects by developing Topricin, pain relief and healing cream. Topricin relieves pain without side effects. It doesn't burn, it doesn't smell, and it doesn't stain. But don't just take my word for it. Doctors, pharmacists, and pain specialists are using and recommending Topricin and ending the suffering for thousands of people just like you. We know you're hurt. We want to help. We're so sure Topricin will work for you, we offer a money-back guarantee. So if you want pain relief with no side effects, ask for Topricin or call 1-800-959-1007. That's 1-800-959-1007. Topricin, the last pain medicine you'll ever need, and you can sleep on that.
Reservage Organics offers you the most advanced anti-aging product available. Our organic-based resveratrol formula, brought to you from the heart of our exclusive vineyards in southern France, has been clinically proven to reactivate your longevity gene and help preserve your youth. By including Reservage resveratrol in your daily regimen, you can enhance cardiovascular function, metabolism, mental acuity, and collagen production. If you want to regain your youthful radiance and enhance your longevity, do so with the world's finest resveratrol from Reservage Organics. Why wait? Visit your local retailer and start the anti-aging process today. Reservage Organics, committed to the extension of youth naturally. Available online at reservage.com and at the Vitamin Shop, Vitamin World, and Whole Foods Market. Visit reservage.com and feel vitality today.
Do you dream of being on the Amazing Race? Well, here's your chance. Grab a friend and prepare for an exhilarating race around the city when City Solve Urban Race comes to your city. Teams of 2 will solve clues and face fun challenges while racing around the city. The winning team gets $300 and a chance to be in the Las Vegas Championship race to compete for a grand prize of $5,000. Not only will you have a ton of fun, you'll also be helping a good cause. A portion of the proceeds will benefit a local charity. To start racing, go to CitySolveUrbanRace.com.
I've been driving all night, my hands wet on the wheel. There's a voice in my head.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. So for more information about us, why don't you check us out at drpatlive.com or transformationtalkradio.com. Dr. Friedemann Schaub is joining us here today, and I want to make sure all of you have his information. Certainly, you can check him out at cellularwisdom.com. And Dr. Friedemann, why don't you just give out your website, your phone number again?
Yeah, if you want to have more information about personal breakthrough sessions and how we can help you to really empty yourself from the burdens of the past, and also, like Danny, are able to really find your truth and live it in a much more light way, give us a call at 866-903-6463. I'm working with clients all over the world via the phone, via Skype, but also if you live in the Seattle area, I work with clients in person. So no matter where you are, you can find your truth and you can live in a much more light way.
Well, we were talking about, and Danny, you're still here as well. There's this conversation that I think we've kind of been leading towards, and that is the conversation of making the choices using our higher consciousness. And, Dr. Friedemann, I think you and Danny were starting to talk about intuition. And, of course, we talked about that earlier when you were talking about commitment as well. So how does free will and intuition and the conscious and subconscious work together?
And I believe intuition has influences from the subconscious, but it is mainly influenced by our higher consciousness, because intuition is something that, when it really is an intuition that just leads you to the feeling of this is right. Intuition has not a lot of emotions, but that feeling of this is right, which is a feeling of calmness, which is a feeling of inner knowingness. It's something that actually creates a lot of peace, versus the subconscious that often has a tinge of excitement or of joy or happiness. So there are some emotions with it versus that just intuitive knowingness and following that inner guidance. And that's something that you, Danny, has described is stronger and stronger, something that really leads you through your life.
Yes, definitely. I think when I realized that when you get all this, self-talk or this baggage out, I think I'm feeling more in touch with myself, more in my feelings. I'm feeling my feelings more. And so that comes, I think that the intuition comes out. And then oh, my God, the synchronicity that I'm aware of right now is huge. I've been having so much fun. And there's no place for getting sad. I know, we live in this duality reality. There's sad. We will get sad. We will get challenges, but I've been able to shift fast. If for some reason I get down or sad or in that mood, I have the tools and it's easier to intuition come out of that.
Well, it's not that you were not in touch with your feelings, but the feelings that you had were feelings that were, for example, sadness, depression, feeling anxious. I mean, these were the dominant feelings that you had, and it almost crowded out your ability to have an intuition, because with all those loud feelings, you couldn't really hear that voice of your intuition. Isn't that right?
Yes, and actually for me, it was so normal, that feeling sad, feeling down, that I wasn't realizing what is happening to me.
Right.
I was getting sick.
And that's what also, I believe, definitely took away your energy. You felt very sluggish, and all those things are changing now that you are also more connected to your truth. Do you feel like that it's important to make every day a choice to tune into your intuition, to tune into your truth? And how do you do this?
It's much more. It's important. Yes, I tell you, it is. I feel grateful for the moment. It's a different feeling now. It's a different time for me. And that helps when you have, you feel confident, that you have your own intuition, that you trust in yourself. You feel powerful, more powerful, I guess.
And do you meditate, or do you, what kind of ways do you use to be more in touch with your intuition?
I've been using movement, like poses and stuff as meditation, because that's the way I do.
Yeah.
And I concentrate better, and that helps me. And I have the accelerator process that you gave me, which helps me a lot, staying and focused on my true self.
Right. Well, and that's, I think something we have to really also make a daily commitment to, that, let's say right now, for example, a lot of people went into fear and anxiety with the market and all those things that happened, outside, and they get distracted from their truth by buying into the fear and buying into this idea of lack. And so really, especially in those times where it seems externally so unstable and, people going through roller coasters, taking the time and making the commitment to listen to your truth and really listening to that voice of your inner guidance, that intuitive voice, is extremely powerful. And one way to do this is, again, starting it with a small, simply asking yourself, does that feel right? Whatever you're doing, we are so often in the rut of the routines, just walk through life without really even checking in. Is that really in alignment with my truth? Is that really something that feels right to me? Whether it's, buying this, cereal, or whether it's driving home from work, that's normal way that you usually go, and just notice if there's an inner calling that says, no, why don't you drive this way? Or why did you, buy that? And notice what happens. Because you, Danny, said you're noticing so many synchronicities, and it's so much fun. And I firmly believe when we are in alignment with our truth and listening to our intuition, we are actually not finding synchronicities that haven't been there before. We are finally actually open and aware of them, and they have been there all along. We just have really missed them. So,
wow. Thank you both. I mean, this has been a phenomenal show. Dr. Friedemann, Danny, it has been extraordinary in so many, many ways. And I just looked, Benny was like saying, hey, are you still there? Well, yeah, I'm here, but I am just holding my breath, because what you both are sharing is just absolutely beautiful. Thank you both for joining us here today. Dr. Friedemann, what's your personal message? What would you like to leave us with today?
Well, just always remember that we have a choice, and that this making a choice is our birthright, just as it's our birthright to create our own reality. And when we never forget that and make those choices really from the alignment of our truth, we can create heaven on earth.
Danny, what would you like to say?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you, Dr. Pat and Dr. Friedemann, for the opportunity. Oh, my goodness, I have such a profound work done. And I really would like to stress a lot about how important it is to work with our subconscious mind. This Dr. Friedemann work is very, very important for our times right now. So I really, really, I'm really grateful for everything that I've been through. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you both so much. And, thank you all for tuning us in and turning us on. I want to kind of end the show with one of my favorite quotes by Tukaram Tatya. And it goes like this. A wise person must acquire the discrimination of spirit and not spirit, as only by realizing the self, which is absolute being, consciousness and bliss, we become bliss. All right, everyone. We'll see you next time on the Dr. Pat Show.